Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you had a good night. It is a beautiful morning and we thank God. I would like to welcome you to this session. It is always nice to see aspiring entrepreneurs, established entrepreneurs joining us in sessions. For us to discuss how different aspects of our businesses in the effort to do what we do even better. As entrepreneurs, I know that you're driven, you may be driven by passion, the desire to create change, the desire to bring new things in the market. But it is very important for us to understand that foundation of a successful business is also based on understanding finance, from securing funding, managing the funds in your business, to promoting good financial health. Those are very, very important aspects of this. And today we are here to hear from Dr. Agnes Nassuna, who is going to be talking to us about finance principles for entrepreneurs. Dr. Agnes Nassuna is a lecturer at MUBS. She has been working in MUBS for the last 20 years in different capacities and responsibilities. She was head of management science department. She was head of finance department. She was the deputy dean at the Faculty of Commerce, deputy dean at the Faculty of Graduate and Research Studies. She has done a lot of research, and most of the time she has been working on microfinance, financial technologies. She has done work in small entrepreneurs, Office of SMEs. She's an accomplished finance expert, researcher, and she's here to share with us. Dr. Nassuna, I would like to thank you very much for making time to share with the entrepreneurs forward to learning. And I would like to over to
you. Thank you, Dr. Diana. I hope I'm audible enough. I thank God for the opportunity to be here. It's always my desire to share knowledge with entrepreneurs, students, people in the market, everyone, because that's a gift God gave us. And my desire and passion is to share knowledge. And thank you, everyone, for logging on. It's an opportunity and a blessing to be with you here. We thank God and we hope that the session will go on well. You know, everyone handles money. Even right now, I know there are some people counting money. We are all money beings or finance beings. And so the things I'm going to say may not be new to you, but I hope that I say them in a different manner so that you get something new to learn. Today, we are looking at the principles, the foundations of, if you get these principles and foundations, then you definitely will succeed at finance. We are going to appreciate various things, but allow me to share my screen with you. I'm not going to be able to share my video because of network issues, but I hope that the PowerPoint will be clear. Hope you can see my screen now. I want to make it a PowerPoint presentation.
Yes, we can see. You just have to put it in the presentation mode.
Yes, that is what I'm trying to do now. So hopefully you can see it. That is what we are going to look at, finance principles for entrepreneurs. Those are my names. Thank you, Dr. Diana, for introducing me. I'm humbled. I can only add on that I'm also a mother and I love singing. I sing in church, but I may not have the time to sing for you, but I do various things beyond academia and career. So we are looking at the finance principles, and we are going to concentrate on 3 or 4 things. We are going to understand what these principles are all about. And there are key 2 things here. We need the right mindset and the right skill set. And then for everything you do, especially in the finance world, you need to pay the price. So we are going to see what is the price we should pay in order to enhance these principles. So what are finance principles? We are saying that these are money-related fundamentals or values that you need to practice for you to manage your money well and therefore be able to grow your business, make sure you have high financial performance, and create wealth. Finance is about wealth creation. In other words, becoming richer and richer. And these principles can apply at the different levels. It can be at country level, which we call the macro level. You can still apply the principles. We can apply these principles as Uganda. We can apply these principles at a farm level or business level, which is our main focus today. And we can also apply them as individuals, because a business may not be able to succeed if you, as the owner of the business, you don't succeed financially. So we are also saying that at a personal level, these principles are very important for you to have financial freedom and financial abundance. This is the whole reason, general reason why you wake up every day to go and work and attain money. That freedom to have all the money you need in the world, to do everything that you need, and to have all the money that you require. And that should be your ultimate goal as a finance being. And as I say this, I hope you can picture yourself having this freedom, having this abundance, having a successful business. And what it requires you is to nurture and grow these principles, of which we are going to have an overview today. So when we talk about the principles, the values, the fundamentals, one of the first things that you need to do is to create the right money mindset or finance mindset. The right finance mindset requires you having the right beliefs, perceptions, and attitudes towards money and finances and resources. The beliefs you hold about money can either empower you or disempower you. They can take you forward or take you backward. You find some people work so hard, but they never have enough money. They are miserable every time they are looking for money. Maybe the reason is because of the kind of mindset and principles they hold about money. So you find that if you don't have the right mindset, you can be poor however much you work hard. Or these principles, this right mindset can make you rich. Maybe one thing to know that each of the things we are going to talk about today could be a session on themselves. So we are going to simply introduce so that we are inspired. And hopefully, if we have some more time, some other time, we can come back and talk about each of them, or we can have another person talking about one of them. So how would you know your finance mindset? It is good to question the beliefs you hold about money. I identify some general beliefs that people hold about money, and if we are having a physical session, then you would share which of these holds true for you. But as I say them, not the feelings you have about them. Do you think they are true or false? In your own context, and you give yourself a scale of 1 to 10. If you think they are true, then very, very true, then that is a score of 10. Somehow true, maybe that is between 5. And you think if they are not true, in your own context, then you can give yourself one. So one of the many beliefs people hold about money is that money is the source of all evil. As I read this, as I said this, I don't know what you're thinking. Are you saying, yeah, that is true? Or you're saying, no. And then give yourself a score. Some people think that rich people are thieves. How true is that? Some people think that they cannot become rich. However much they try, for them, they were born to be poor. And actually, some people believe that certain people are meant to be poor. There are those who are supposed to be poor and those that are supposed to be rich. And there are people who think that however much, they always don't have enough money on them. They gain a lot of money, but it's never enough. So which of these beliefs are true? We are going to look at another set of beliefs and then see what comes out. How much do you score on them? One of the general beliefs people have is our country is a wealth country, and there are many opportunities in this country to become rich. Do you believe that? There is another belief that says, I was born to be rich and happy. As I say, it really makes me happy. I don't know whether it makes you happy. Were you born to be rich and happy? Some people believe they can succeed at any business they try. Anything you try, anything they work out, will always work out. And they believe that anyone can get rich. And there is another key belief about money. It says that I have all the money I need right now, right where you are, right in your situation. You have all the money you need. I'm not talking about the money you want, but the money you need, you have it. And there's also a belief that says, I'm rich and I'm growing richer. So I hope that you've reflected and you've had these beliefs about money. Which of them are true? The first set of beliefs that we looked at are what we call the negative beliefs about money. And if you hold these beliefs as true, you're never going to have enough money. You're never going to be rich because you don't want to be a thief. And if you don't want to be evil, you not work hard to get enough money. And I hope that you don't believe that some people are meant to be poor and you're among those people. Or even when you think that some people are meant to be poor, but you're not among them, it's also a false belief about money. Money is not the source of all evil. It is you. Money brings out your true character. If you're evil yourself, as you get more money, we are going to see the evil in you. And if you're a good person, very generous, kind, money will empower you for us to see how kind you are. There are people who steal actually, and that is a very bad approach to money. But money will bless you and will come your way. There are people who get money genuinely, and we have many of them. As long as you offer service, you add value to community, then you can become actually very, very rich, genuinely and authentically. And as long as you have the right skill set and the right mindset and do the right thing, sometimes you don't have to struggle. We are blessed, we are favored, money will come your way as long as you offer value. And everyone can become rich. That's what I want to say. Everyone can be rich. We may not be rich at the same scale. We may not be rich to the same extent, but we can all have our needs met and we can have enough money. So it is time that you change the beliefs you have about money. And these are the positive beliefs. I only discussed the first one, which is our country is a wealth country, and there are many opportunities here to get rich. I don't know, as I said, the feelings you have, but it is very true that this country is very rich. We've been framed and we've been labeled and told time to time that we are poor, and we've come to believe it, but it is not true. If we task the people in charge to count our wealth, to document the wealth of this country, it is enormous. Africa can be the richest, and maybe the richest continent in the world. But because we framed our minds that we are poor, we behave that way. So we need, I don't know who, if you have anyone listening who is in charge, but we need to and share with everyone, how do we protect our wealth when we don't know what it is? But this country, I hope today that you believe that this country is wealthy. There are many opportunities for each one of us to be rich. It is the way we handle it. That is a topic on its own, which we can discuss. But for today, I just want to put it to you that this country is rich and you can be rich and very rich. So it is good to adopt the right mindset about money, and money will flow your way. And wherever you are today, maybe it's not where you were yesterday. As long as you do the right thing, as long as you do the right skills and you do them consistently, then you can be the Elon Musk of this country, you can be the Bill Gates of this country. Now, if you now have the right mindset, it is important then to have the right skills, the action, to take the right actions to nurture that mindset. And the skill set is the set of things that you need to do with the right beliefs, then the sky is not even the limit. So let's briefly have an overview of these key skills that you need to adopt. As I said, each of these can be a session on their own, but I'm going to give you a snapshot, an overview, a quick way which can inspire you to implement. And when we have an opportunity, we can come back and discuss each of them in details. So one of the key skills that you need, and good thing we are discussing this at the beginning of the year, is the financial planning skill, our budgeting. Today is the 13th of March. We are still in the first quarter of the year. Do you have your financial plan ready for the year 2025? Have you evaluated your plan for 2024? This financial planning is starting with the end in the mind, is seeing where you're going, is sitting down and questioning what do you want and how are you going to achieve it and how much money is required. I'm aware I'm talking to entrepreneurs. You have your business. What new thing are you going to do 2024? How much money would you need? And don't budget for only expenditure. Also budget for the income. How much money do you want to make 2025? And as I said that if you have the right mindset, you can make billions of money. You can be a multi-dollar millionaire, and it is possible. Your business can make billions of money. As long as you dream it, it can happen. So have you sat down and budgeted? Look at, and where does your budget come from? Should come from your vision, your dream. I know we've had many people talk about this, even in the beginning session at 6:30, it was there, and I listened to Honorable Sematimba, he talked about it. If you don't have a vision, if you don't have a dream, then you're going to perish. Then your business is going to perish. You need a vision, you need a mission, and then you need to translate that in objectives. And how do you make that a financial plan? By attaching the money you require to achieve that. In finance, you can't live without talking money. When you say, I need a car this year, I need a pickup for me to transport my goods, the next question will be, how much? Where are you going to get it from? And this budget is not only a planning tool, it is an evaluation tool. As I said, before you budget for 2025, have you looked at your performance, your budget performance in 2024? It is also an accountability tool. Did you achieve what you intended to achieve? If you did not, what are the reasons? Why did your actual performance differ from your budgeted performance? And we plan both long-term and short-term. As I talk about a year, it is important that you develop a 10-year plan, a 5-year plan. This is 2025. What is your plan 2030? And then you go breaking that down up to 2025, but you don't stop on 2025. Can you have a budget every quarter of the year, every half of the year, every month of the year, even today? What is your budget for the day? And work within budget. Then we have another key skill for you to succeed and become a multi-dollar billionaire and develop that business, which we can all benefit from, is through the skill of saving and investing. Very, very important. Your revenues, you should work to make sure that your revenues exceed your expenditure. But practically, we save first. As you make money, set aside your savings. And this applies at all levels, in business, at personal level, and country level. If you sell today, say, I'm going to save 10%, get it off before you even spend. Money says, save me today and I'll save you tomorrow. Don't simply save for a purpose. If you're in business, can you look at where you're going? We said one of the key characteristics of an entrepreneur is growth and innovation. What new thing are you going to do? And then you invest. To invest is to grow your asset base. We grow rich by accumulation of assets. And one thing I want to note here is that business, and good thing I'm talking to business people, you're blessed, every business person, every entrepreneur on this call, because you're creating sources of generational income. I was sharing with my students, and oh yes, I'm an employee, but a job cannot give you generational income. It gives you day-to-day income. A paycheck cannot give you generational income. What do we mean? My child, however good I am as a teacher at MUBS, my child cannot take over that job if I'm no longer here. I cannot pass it on that job. I cannot pass on my salary to him or her. But if you have a business and you grow it, then you can pass it on from generation to generation. So empower yourself and grow that business. The employees on this call, yes, it's okay to have a job. We can always start somewhere. But can you create some generational income? Can you create some passive income or active income and invest? So where do we invest? You can start a business, as I have said, but you can buy assets. Yes, assets, we can pass them on. You can have rentals. You can create passive income, is that income that comes when you are even sleeping. So buy a new asset, enter a new market, get a new skill, a skill which you pass on to your children. So when we invest, we increase our income, our wealth, and profitability. Of course, there is a lot to talk about investment, and I'm aware that someone was on this call to talk about investment opportunities. But what is important is, are these investments viable? Is your business viable? Is it sustainable? And viability is something that we need time to talk more about. But bottom line, is it making a return? Another key skill that you need is financing your business. This can make you or destroy you. Where does the money come from that you use to grow your business, to achieve your dreams? And there are two main sources. You can use your own funds. You can accumulate funds in your business and reinvest them. As I said, you can save for investment, or you can borrow. And there is a trade-off between borrowing and using our own funds. And in business, this is what we call leverage. How leveraged are you? If you're highly leveraged, it means that you have a lot of debts. Of course, it is not wrong to use debts, but there is a threshold beyond which you may not use debt, beyond which debt is going to be disadvantageous to you Sorry for that background noise. They are calling people to go vote. So where does the money come from? Right now, the government has come up with various funds. We have the growth fund, the PDM funds, the MYOGA. You can go to the bank, you can borrow from friends, but it's very critical before you go there to make a decision. Do you actually need to borrow? And how much are you borrowing? And this is not free money. Grow money, PDM money, MYOGA money is not free money. It is a loan which you need to pay back. So this is something that is very, very important, which can either make you grow your business or lose it. And then the other important skill that you need is managing your expenses, managing your day-to-day operations, managing your working capital, ensuring that you're liquid. Liquidity is the amount of cash you have on you to meet your day-to-day expenses. And you may be very rich, by the way. You may have worth billions of money, but if you're not liquid, your business can still fail. You will not sleep. You start getting pressure. All those diseases, by the way, come out of stress. And one of the key sources of stress is the way you manage your money, is the way you manage your expenses. So are you liquid? Ensure that you have liquidity. In our language, we have a saying that says, mitalindas. Don't go to that lady selling mandazi and you start pitching his mandazi. You're going to be asked to pay and you don't have the money. So always have money on you at all levels. Working capital goes beyond cash management. How do you manage your stock? Do you have high moving stock? How do you manage your debtors and creditors? The people, Uganda is more of a cash economy. People here don't want to pay. I don't know if it's me who has had that experience in my own business experience. So whom do you give credit? And whom don't you give? Do you have a credit policy in your business? You yourself, do you pay? Because we may be saying your debtors don't want to pay, but when you also don't want to pay. So be genuine, pay and let people pay you. Have a system to ensure that people pay you. Another important skill for your financial success is risk management. Managing risks. It is not always going to be green. It's not always going to be Christmas. And what are we talking about? Risk is the probability of loss. What is the probability that your business will not be anymore tomorrow? And I'm not here to scare you, but it is possible that your home, you've seen what happened in Chitezi. People were there and the next day their houses were gone. You've seen what has happened in Bududa. There are a lot of catastrophes going on. And knowing this is not to scare you, but to anticipate it and know how to reduce it. Suppose tomorrow you borrowed some money and you can't pay and the bank comes for your home, for your business. What are you going to do? So what are we saying here? Take calculated risks. Anticipate the risk, and there are tools, there are means. This can be a whole session altogether, how to minimize the risk, how to anticipate the risk and manage it well so that even when it comes, you can go beyond it. You can still continue. And this also brings in the issue of financial resilience. Then the other key skill, these are the fundamentals. The other key skill is learning to reward yourself, if it's at personal level, but learning to reward the contributors of capital. Especially here, we are talking about big businesses. If you're not a one-man business and you have partners and you have shareholders, how often do you pay them? I hope that you, the entrepreneurs on call, you've bought some shares in MTN, in Airtel, in Stanbic. You visited the Uganda Securities Exchange. If we're in a physical session, I would ask people, where is the Uganda Securities Exchange? Do you know where it is? Please find out. Have you visited? Have you bought some shares? Because then you'd understand the dynamics of paying back the contributors of capital. You have to pay dividends. But more so, if you're running a small business, you pay yourself. It is not good to simply get money out of that business. You're going to make it fail. Set aside how much is your payment and only pay yourself when you've made a profit. So the question here is, how much do you pay? When do you pay? When do you plow back the money? These are all the questions, but it is important. That's what we say in my language. But don't simply get money out of that business. That is the skill set, the fundamentals. Anyone talking about finance, these are the issues they will talk about. Anyone who wants to grow their money, these are the key skills you need to nurture on a consistent basis. So this is almost, we are coming to the end of this presentation. Paying the price. You can have anything you desire. You can have anything you wish to have, as long as you are willing to pay the price. You can be the president of this country. You can be the president of USA. As I say that, I ask when I'm in my class, I tell my students, start laughing at me. It is possible, as long as you're willing to pay the price. What does it take to succeed financially? What is it to create a multi-dollar business? So for the financial accumulation, for wealth accumulation, being rich beyond your wildest dreams, you have to pay the price. And what does it involve? One of the most important things is the financial discipline. You have to be disciplined, do the right thing in the right place at the right time. If you say, I'm going to save money, 10%, 20%, do it today, do it tomorrow, do it the other day. Every coin you earn, pay your tithe to your God, pay tithe to your business, pay tithe to yourself. That is the discipline. Don't go to shopping without a budget, and don't spend beyond that budget. I know it's a weakness for ladies, but there are some gentlemen who are like that. You've gone to buy sugar and fruits and maize flour. You reach there, you see a beautiful shoe, you buy it. You reach there, you see an earring, you buy it. At the end of the day, even the sugar you bought is not enough. That is financial indiscipline. You've said, I'm not going to get money out of this business. I'm only going to pay myself 0.5 at the end of each month. But you're seated there, you're working, see this beautiful dress, you buy it. Someone comes and asks for money, pay people out of your salary you've allocated to yourself. Not simply get money out. That is indiscipline when you simply get money out of that business today, tomorrow. So this is the whole topic we can talk about, financial discipline. Another important price you need to pay, you need to nurture, is the resilience, the ability to bounce back when you're faced with catastrophes. We had COVID and people were crying, our business are dying. It's the level of financial resilience you have. And this is a whole topic to talk about. What did you do? Reflect on what you did during the COVID time and measure your level of financial resilience. Is your business succeeding today? That will tell you the level of financial resilience that you have. Yeah, I know we did a research on financial resilience. Many people, actually, some people succeeded during COVID time because they had done ABCD. They had a savings account for challenges. Our parents used to have a bag called Chiafa Chilinachi. What do you have? An emergency bag. And the other important thing to do, so the price you need to pay, is being accountable. Being accountable, tracking your money, keeping records. You go to many people, we do a lot of research, especially in small businesses, and you go there and say, my business is performing very well. Prove it. I'll share with you an example we had in our business. they sent us a tax. We are supposed to say we didn't pay taxes for 2017, 2018, and we had to go to URA. And it was millions of money. Our business is a small business, but I said we had not paid, but we had the records. And we showed them during those years. First of all, we are not making, I hope you know that you're not supposed to pay taxes when you're making losses. And we had our accounts. We maintain our simple accounts. Every day we record, every sale we make, every expenditure we make. And these were recorded, they were not new. We got the records. We had even printed them and kept them. So it was an old file. And I tell you, we didn't even pay more than 200,000 shillings. But not because we didn't know anyone in URA, but our records were clear. How do you maintain whatever level of your business, however small it is? Track your money, track your expenditure. Be accountable. Not today I didn't make money, or today I made, but it has all gone out. Because you're going to start wondering, where did the money go? Then they'll tell you, you have to pay for us. You see, when they are charging small businesses, you have this asset, you have this asset, you have this asset. How do you prove you're not making money? So be accountable. Then you're going to know where your money is going. And then you're going to deliberately grow it. And then you have to be consistent. These things, I know every time I talk about them, people get excited. They even try them out. But it's not a one day of every day. As I say, today, tomorrow, each day, be consistent. Save consistently. Invest consistently. Keep innovating. Keep expanding. Budget every day. Go to the supermarket with a budget consistently. So consistency is a very key aspect of financial success. And I think it's not only of financial success, but every kind of success you want. Another important price to pay is what we call frugality. Frugal, be frugal. Don't be wasteful. Of course, you earn money, and then that is when you're going to marry a second wife. That's when you're going to just give out money. It's okay to give out money, by the way, but when you've budgeted for it, when it is deliberate. You live on, you go to some people's homes, all the lights, the building is so big and all the lights are on, and they wonder why the electricity bill is so high. You're not frugal. What kind of restaurant do you eat in? It's not bad once in a while to take yourself out, but every day. Some people spend every day 100,000 shillings. Of course, they have breakfast of around 20,000, then they have lunch of 50. Even when you have a lot of money, doesn't mean just spend it like that. You can donate it. You can give it out as charity. There's someone who needs it. So be careful with the way you spend. And money speaks, by the way. When I'm talking about, I said your money is listening to you. When you waste it, it will simply run away from you because you don't know how to grow it. And of course, there are many things we can talk about, but I want to talk about delayed gratification versus immediate, gratification, the satisfaction you get. Do you wish to get satisfied today? You start a business, you want it to give you profits tomorrow. Or you've just started working and tomorrow you also want to drive a Benz because your professor is driving a Benz. Or we are here all running business, but you want to be like your neighbor B. Do you know where his money is coming from? Plan. Your business is like a child. Nurture it, grow it. And then afterwards, you can enjoy. So that is delayed gratification. This is the price to pay. If you pay it, I can assure you it is documented, it's researched. The sky will not even be the limit for you. Thank you so much for listening to me. Any questions and comments are welcome. Back to you, Dr. Edith.
Thank you very much, Dr. Agnes Nassuna, for a great presentation that you've made. We have enjoyed the finance you've presented to us. Usually when people talk about finance, financial management, we get worried of calculations. But you've been down to earth. You've made life easy for us as entrepreneurs, and you've been it has been presented in a very simple manner. Thank you very much, Dr. Agnes, for creating time in your busy schedule. I know you're a very busy lady, but thank you for creating time in your busy schedule to come and talk to us about the finance principles for entrepreneurs. We've enjoyed the session. You've been able to tell us what finance is. You've been able to tell us about how to create the right mindset. This is very important for us. I think we are now feeling good and being comfortable that Uganda is a very rich country. You've been able to create the relevant skills where you've talked about financial planning, saving and investing, financing your business. Where do you get it? Are you using your own or you are borrowing, managing your expenses, and the rest of it all? You've been able to tell us about paying the price. Very, very interesting. Thank you very much. I know everybody here has enjoyed and has learned many things, and I would like to open the Q&A session. But above all, thank you, Dr. Agnes, again for managing the time. You've been able to present your work in the required timing. I allow me to invite Mr. Mustafa Mutaka to handle Q&A.
Thank you so much, dear host this morning, Dr. Edith. And also allow me to appreciate our presenter this morning, Dr. Agnes Nassuna, for the wonderful presentation. On the call, you had a very big audience, ranging from entrepreneurs, you had professors, doctors, lecturers, policymakers, entrepreneurs, and many others have been listening on. So we appreciate you. The presentation came at the right time. For those of us who fall the financial year, we are in the third quarter. And now this will help us to evaluate ourselves and then plan for the next financial year, maybe even for the last quarter for the financial year. Those who follow the calendar year, this is the first quarter. Let's plan and implement what we've at least learned. My name is Mustafa Mutaka, and I'm going to guide the Q&A this morning. Allow me to request those of you who have questions, raise your electronic hand. I'll be able to pick on you and take your question to the presenter. But as I look at the attendance, I'm not seeing any question for now, but in the Q&A here, I think I can see a question from Mr. Crispus Masanso saying that, good morning, madam. Is it okay to acquire an asset that is land when the ratio of debt is greater than that of than equity at that time? Also, Dr. Mebo is asking that during COVID-19, some people lost business and gave up and living miserable. Advice on how they can bounce back business and live happily. Doctor, allow me also read some questions in the chat, then you answer them at the same time. Okay. Okay. Okay, I can see people appreciating you in the chat. Here, people are appreciating, and I can see here still from Mahura Rogers saying, thank you, doctor, for the session. Some of us were always restarting businesses after using the capital to support relatives who seek support. Thank you so much for that comment. OP Elizabeth Sempebwa is asking that it's a very enriching presentation. Thank you, Dr. Agnes. The question is, can you please share with us a simple accountable tracking system that one can use in growing businesses? Doctor, maybe allow me first let you answer the questions, then as I compile other questions for you.
Oh, thank you, Mustafa, and thank you everyone for those questions. Someone said if you want to acquire land and you're going to use debt more than your savings, is it a viable financial decision? One, land is an asset. An asset is anything that can help you to generate more assets and more money. So what are you going to use the land for? Some people buy land and they leave it to lay idle there. You're wasting that land. Of course, I know land accumulates, but that will not even be true in Uganda. So the purpose for which you're going to use the land is very, very critical. If you're doing it as a business, you're going to resell it later at a higher value, pay off that debt and take the difference. That is a viable decision. And I said we will need a session to evaluate our investment decisions. How do we know that the decision we are making is a good or bad decision? But land in itself is a good asset. Be conscious, do the due diligence, especially if you're living in Uganda. And then Dr. Mabel asked about many businesses were challenged during COVID-19, and some have not been able even to bounce back. Thank you, Dr. Mabel, for that question. It rotates on your level of financial resilience. And as I said, we need a whole 1 hour or more to discuss financial resilience. I hope Dr. Diana is listening here and we can have that session. But you need those skills to bounce back. And as I said, one, the mindset. Do you believe that you can bounce back? Do you believe you can pick up again and grow? When you're in any problem, resilience means you're positive enough. It starts from there. And then we'll talk about the actual skills that you need to do. And then someone commented about supporting relatives. I know Uganda, that is our culture and one of our rich cultures. Tosobola kufanjala ng'oli mu Uganda. That is what we say, because you got someone and they'll support you and they'll help you. But this affects our businesses. And it goes back to managing your expenditures. I've seen Dr. Sarah on call, and we have many accountants on this call and in this school and everywhere. And we have many finance gurus. This is something we can talk about. How do you manage your expenses? The problem is actually expenses, even at personal level, when we are managing our personal finances. So budget for it. Of course, we have to contribute to weddings. We have to contribute in so many contributions. I'm aware of that because I'm a Ugandan. But how much can your business offer? It is also another child. You're depleting it. You know, cash in finance is like blood. And you need a blood transfusion after making everyone happy. Create a win-win. If you don't have and the business cannot give you, say, plan and say, I can't give you now, I'll give you the next day. I'm making losses right now. Some people believe, because they don't know actually, and you also don't know, that you're not well off. That, of course, we are all rich, but you may be non-liquid at a moment. So when you don't have cash, it is okay. Explain and then work hard to give the person. And we were all supported, if you're in Africa and if you're in Uganda in particular. So it's okay to support others, but don't deprive this business of its bloodline, which is money, in the quest of supporting others. Create a win-win where you support your business, support yourself, and support others. And then someone talked about a simple accounting financial system. I would like to request Dr. Diana, there are people actually out there who have these simple systems, including URA, by the way. URA, I don't know if you have someone with URA, they have a simple system that can help you to track your money. Of course, it comes with a price. I told you everything has a price to pay. You have to pay your taxes, and which is okay if the taxes are used well. But they have, and they teach. URA offers these simple accounting systems, but not only URA, many other people have. I seen someone on call saying he has a simple one, a cheap one, and they can help you. And these are skills we train in MUBS. Some of our students in ICT doing business computing, they develop these systems. We will look out for them and bring them on board to share. Yeah, Mustafa, I hope I tried to answer all the questions. If I've forgotten any, you can remind me.
Yes, Doctor, you've answered the first set of questions. I can see Mr. Jora Shoes has shared simple accounting tools. First, I think the technical team will compile them and share in our WhatsApp platforms for the entrepreneurs to see. Doctor, let me first give you this last set of questions, then we close the Q&A. One is from Mr. Nwamanya, says that can you share more about delayed gratification? Then James says share some financial tools. These ones are going to be shared. Then Tekino CK says you talked about saving at the start of the training. It's kind harder for some capital, for some small capital. Can I first reinvest to build my capital, and for how long can I do it? Doctor, I think respond to those ones and then we close.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. It's good to share. We can always share ideas. Delayed gratification means gratification is a satisfaction you have. And this is also a mindset thing that, for example, you earn money today, you sell your business, you sold some massive, earn some money. Do you want to eat it, all of it? Relatives have come, you give it away immediately. You go shopping, you say, now I should buy a car. You see even how it interrupts your budget. You don't even budget. Every little money you get, you need to budget for it. Then you're delaying the satisfaction. Instead of eating all the money, save. As I say, someone saying some people don't have the money to save. It is all about everyone can save. That's also a mindset issue. Do you believe you can save? Start with a small amount. So delayed gratification is postponing the satisfaction for bigger things. Foregoing, paying the opportunity cost to start a business instead of taking yourself out. Instead of buying 5 pairs of shoes, you only buy one, or you don't buy, use what you have and invest it in business. That is delayed gratification. A very important skill, a very important price that we need to pay if we are to succeed, especially in financial terms. Then someone talked about saving versus investment. These two go together. Actually, because of time, we limit what we say, but there are some people who save for future expenditure. Like you save your money, then when it's Christmas time, all the money, you burn it out. Why did you save in the first place? Normally, in the finance world, we say save for investment. The greatest amount of what you save should be for investment. But if you have the money now, and you've already made your plan of where you want to invest the money, in action, you've done both immediately. Because you've put money aside, that is saving, put the money aside for future use. So if your business is already there, reinvestment is a product of saving. In business, we call it retaining the earnings. Instead of spending them on recurring expenditure, you reinvest it in assets, anything that brings you money. So that is a good decision. If you have the business opportunity, invest. But remember to take calculated risk. So don't rush. Investment decisions are not rushed. They are like when you're going to marry. You need to be careful on whom to marry. I tell my students, start laughing at me. The person you get married to, the person you marry, determines your future. If you marry someone who's going to stay in, let me say, Chigezi, and you never want to stay in the hills, you see how your life changes. That's how investment decisions are. We'll start describing you by your business. Actually, small businesses, we call people by the names of their business. Our business call us Baliba Photocopy. We call them Chapati. Your name becomes Chapati. You see how you've gotten another name because the investment you've made. So don't rush the investment. Put the money aside, plan, calculate the risk, then invest. And also it is important that as you're making money, first put money aside for reinvestment. First put money aside for saving. Then spend, not the other way around, the way we do it in the accounting books. Thank you very much. I hope I've tried to answer all the questions. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Back to you, Mustafa.
Thank you so much, Doctor, for everybody responding to the questions in the Q&A. I will appreciate. We are just on the top of the hour and we can't continue anymore. We shall compile all the questions that are remaining in the Q&A and the chat and share with you, Doctor, to respond. Then we shall share with our entrepreneurs after. Thank you so much for listening to me. Back to you, our dear host.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mustafa Mutaka, for managing the Q&A. And thank you once again, Dr. Agnes Nassuna Kasirye, Mrs. Kasirye, for responding ably to the various comments that have been put up. We appreciate you, appreciate your time, and we look forward to managing our finances better moving forward. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everybody who has logged on this morning, and we've gone beyond the top of the hour. Allow me, I don't want to waste any more time here. Allow me to invite the Principal, Makerere University Business School, Professor Moses Mwezi, to give his closing remarks. Professor Moses Mwezi, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Basarirwa, and the organizers of this session. Good morning, friends, and I hope we are doing well. We thank the Lord for our lives. I want to appreciate Dr. Agnes Nassuna, my long-time colleague and friend. Thank you for this great presentation and your resolve to share knowledge. And not every knowledgeable person does so. I'm attending the Academia Public-Private Partnership for the 7 countries under the East African Protocol. And the agreement is that whereas the academia need the private sector also needs the academia who have formal, organized, and reliable knowledge. So I call upon all my MUBS colleagues to purpose to share what they have. It's very important, and Agnes, you are doing something right. Just continue. The principles you have given us are very, very useful to entrepreneurs. I liked most one of the willingness to pay the price, that financial discipline following the budget. This is very, very important for all of us. Even if they call you a stingy man, like people joke, I think it's important. I'm sure this session is a blessing to all of us, the business people, and those that do not do business, even those who teach. My colleagues, we met the Chancellor a few days ago, Dr. Chionga, to brief us on what he expects the MUBS, the business school, to do. And he called upon us to add value to the business community. And he told us, do you teach these business women in those markets how to take stock, how to know their tax obligations, how to separate business from personal expenditure? And he said the day that businesswoman in the market starts to work with a business notebook with all this information, it will be a great revolution in the economy in the country. I now call upon Dr. Ntamu and team. The way Agnes was saying, we can give information to business community. Let's go there. Let's organize 20 people from MUBS, and we say every Thursday at 2, we shall be talking to business community one-on-one in Akau market, in Ugorobi market, in Chitintari. People must feel the business school exists, and you'll have my executive support. So thank you so much, everybody. May God bless you today.
God
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Professor Moses Mwezi, for your closing remarks. And thank you for always encouraging us and motivating us. Thank you for always logging on to participate with us on this Thursday morning session. We appreciate your time. We know you have a very busy schedule, but you've been able to spare time for us every Thursday. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me again to appreciate our presenter, Dr. Agnes Nassuna Kasirye, Thank you for making a great presentation. I can see moving forward, we need to go to the markets and the other business places to be able to educate these people. Dr. Dana Ntamu, I'm sure you've heard. We need to move in that. For already starting your Thursday with us, we appreciate your time, and I would like to wish you a blessed Thursday.
Dr.
Have a blessed
Basalirwa,
Thursday. Yes, please,
Dr.
Dr.
Basal,
Dan.
just before you go on, kindly
Yes,
give me a
please.
minute so that I make some remarks. I would
It's a
like
pleasure
to
to
appreciate Principal Professor Moses Mu for your support, and just to mention, Principal, that every month we do a business clinic in areas of Dakawa Market, Kolobi Market, Chitintale, and around the 5 divisions of Kampala. So, Principal, we do meet the micro and small business owners. We do a clinic with a specific group for a period of 3 months to allow us to support them continuously. And then we also do follow-ups. So I want to appreciate you and the message you bring from the Chancellor of Makerere University. And then, of course, we shall continue to support the entrepreneurs. Thank you, and back to you, Dr. Basolio.
Thank you very much, Dr. Diana Ntamo, for providing that information that you are doing this. We appreciate you for all the activities that you are doing, because at the beginning of this session, we were taken through the activities of the center. We appreciate the great work that you are doing there for helping us to link up with the communities, especially the business communities in that regard. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to appreciate everybody who logged on this morning. Remember to log on again next Thursday, and I will end it here. Have a blessed Thursday. Bye-bye for now. Josh, where is our music? There's no sound in the music.
inside you. People will follow, they don't define you. And you will find people jumping inside you. You are a work of love. Baby, you are strong, all wise. You are worth beyond 1,000 reasons why. And you can be perfect, baby, 'cause nobody's perfect, darling. But I know there's nobody in the world